Hey, what's going on, everybody? So we got a little extra video this week because I did miss Guitar of the Week last week. I apologize for that. I ended up having to work and I didn't really have a chance to make one. We will be doing one this week, so don't worry. But I thought I'd throw in this. So today, as you can probably tell by the title, we are going to do a pedal demonstration, which some of you guys have actually requested in the past, so I think you guys are going to like it. So today we are going to be checking out a pedal that my friend sent me to, just check out. We have the Klon KTR Overdrive pedal. Sort of a light transparent overdrive boost sort of deal. And I'm sure you guys know about the original Klons, the Klon Centaur, one of the most famous overdrive pedals there is. They're very expensive, and this is basically kind of a refreshed version of that from the maker of the original Klon. So these are pretty cool pedals. The Klon sort of thing is it kind of boosts the mid-range a little bit, adds sort of a high-end sparkle, and it's hard to describe. You guys will be able to see it for yourselves. So we're going to do 3 basic sounds with this today. We're not going to go super in-depth. We are going to use this pedal into a clean amplifier with the built-in pedal gain, and that'll be my 1967 Ampeg reverb bracket, and we'll use a couple of guitars for that. And then we are going to run it into a driven amplifier, a lightly driven amplifier. We're going to go into the plexi. We'll set that kind of gained up a little bit and then use this for a boost. And then the third sound that we're going to do is we're going to run this into a high gain amplifier, which some metal guys, I'm not one of those people, but they use these things, and as well as like tube screamers, to kind of tighten up the bottom end. So we'll be doing that as well. So let's start out running this pedal into a clean sound. Like I say, we'll be using the pedal gain. The treble will be around just below 12 o'clock, and the output will be, wherever it's happiest. I did forget to mention that we have gain, treble, and output. And there's a switch on the back, which I believe is buffered in true bypass. This will be in the almost always sounds better position. So let's go plug this thing in. Alright guys, we're plugged into the Klon now. We got it going into my 1967 Ampeg reverb bracket set on a very clean sound. We are using my 1959 Gibson ES-175, and we will also be using my Fender Stratocaster on this sound. But for now, we're going to use the 175. You guys have heard this amp clean before. You guys know what it sounds like. If you don't, check out some of my other videos. So let's have a listen, shall we? The gain is at about 2 o'clock. The treble is just below noon, and the output is kind of matched to the amp. So let's have a listen, shall we? Adds a nice little sizzle. It's just very transparent. Like I said, that's kind of the stereotype of a Klon, is it's a transparent overdrive. And I get that. It kind of just takes the amp sound and just kind of takes it to another level. It doesn't really change, it doesn't color the tone a whole lot. I don't know, you guys can listen to it for yourselves. yeah, it's just kind of a light overdrive. It's not too much, it's not too little, it's just kind of right there in the middle. So, I'm going to do less talking and more playing because my description is terrible. So let's go plug in my 1957 reissue Fender Stratocaster. Alright guys, we're plugged into the Strat now. Like I said, it's just an American 57 reissue. The settings on the amp and the pedal have not changed. So we'll listen. There you have it. Yeah, that sounds nice. This is probably my favorite sound with this particular pedal. You know, Strat, Klon, cranked little combo amp. It's just nice. Like I said, the amp was still on a clean sound, so all of the gain sound was coming from the Klon. So, let's move on to the next amplifier, shall we? Alright guys, we're plugged into the plexi now. Now we don't run the plexi without pedals very often, so I will give you a reference tone with this one. We'll start out with reference tone, then you'll see me kick in the Klon. But now we have it set up as a boost. So the gain is at 0, the output is at 10, and the treble is about the same position that it was before, maybe a touch lower. So for this one, we're just going to use one guitar. We're going to use my newest acquisition, actually, from the Gibson Custom Shop, 58, you know, Les Paul reissue. Got some PAF replica pickups in it. Just sounds, you know, like a Les Paul. So let's start out with a reference tone, and then we'll kick in the Klon. Here we go. That's self-explanatory. Let's move on to the next amplifier. So now we're plugged into the last amplifier and guitar we're going to do for today. We're plugged into my buddy's orange TH30 into an orange 4x12 cab. That's a pretty high gain head. I've got the gain at around 1 o'clock, which is a lot for me. We're going to be using my 1961 Gibson Les Paul Jr. for this one because it has a very angry sounding P90 in it. Again, this isn't really a metal guitar, but I don't really own a metal guitar. And the one I do, I can't be bothered to set up. So, we're going to give a reference tone again, just the orange by itself, and then I will kick in the Klon. And I'm sorry for any background noise. This isn't potted, we're using a lot of gain, and we have a decent amount of volume. So, let's listen to the orange by itself here. That's enough of that. Sorry. Oh, that was interesting. I kicked it on and off a couple times in there. You can kind of hear it. The settings on that one were pretty much the same as the plexi, only I turned the treble up a little bit and I backed off some of the output. It's a lot of background noise. Anyways, so there's the Klon KTR Overdrive. Now, if you've watched this till the very end, I have a little kind of spoiler for next week, or at some point. Have you ever wondered what an original Klon Centaur sounds like compared to the Klon KTR? Stay tuned to this channel to potentially figure that out. See you guys next week. Or later this week, actually, for Guitar of the Week. Take it easy.